Plastic Man, the quirky and elastic hero of Marvel's colorful universe, was never one to follow the rules, born Patrick Eel O'Brien. He had always been a little different. Even before the accident that gave him his powers, now with the ability to stretch, mold, and reshape his body into nearly anything, Eel had a new sense of freedom. But it wasn't just his powers that set him apart, it was his perspective. Despite his goofy antics and offbeat humor, there was more to Plastic Man than met the eye. He'd been through more than most heroes, from a troubled past to a career. As a crook before his transformation, yet, deep down, he had a desire to make things right. One morning, he found himself lounging on a rooftop in the middle of the city, lazily stretching his limbs out as far as they could go. The sun was shining, birds were chirping, and the world seemed peaceful. For once, there wasn't a villain in sight. That peace, however, didn't last long. A strange, metallic thought echoed through the streets. Plastic Man's ears perked up, his sharp instincts kicked. And something was wrong. He immediately folded his body into a sleek, bendable form, his limbs twisting and slithering over the rooftops as he moved toward the source of the sound. When he reached the alley, he saw the source of the disturbance, a massive robot rampaging through the streets, its metal fists smashing through buildings, its glowing eyes scanning the area with a menacing gleam. Plastic Man smirked. Well, I was getting bored anyway. With a sudden burst of speed, he wrapped himself around one of the robot's legs like a coil, his body extending to hold the mechanical giant in place. The robot tried to shake him off, but Plastic Man's form was too fluid and too flexible. He stretched himself between the bot's gears, disabling its movements and confusing its targeting system. You know, Plastic Man said, his voice full of mock sympathy, you really need a better mechanic. The robot's response was a loud, distorted screech as it tried to break free. But Eel's body contorted, squeezing tighter until the thing finally powered down. Once the dust settled, Plastic Man gave the robot a pat on the head, then reformed his body into his usual, somewhat goofy self. All in a day's work, he muttered, glancing around for any lingering danger. But as the authorities arrived and began to take control of the situation, Plastic Man stretched his body up high. Blending into the shadows, he didn't need recognition. He was a hero, yes, but the best kind, the one who did the job and then slipped back into obscurity, leaving a trail of laughter and peace in his wake, because, for Plastic Man, being a hero wasn't about glory, it was about making things right, no matter how twisted or out of shape the world seemed.